Hi everybody, it's Noah Barfield here, and welcome to Writers. Oh God, no, please, no, no. Wait, never mind. We're good. Like I was saying, I'm your host Noah Barfield. Welcome to Writers Corner. Yet another video outside because I'm still in that in-between stage moving into a new house. Hopefully that will be ending soon. And I'm also wearing an Archer shirt. I bet you guys forgot that me and my girlfriend watch Archer. You know what else I bet you forgot? That I don't just write fantasy, I also write sci-fi. So I bet you can guess what we'll be talking about today if that thumbnail didn't clue you guys in. Before you dive straight into creating an alien race, there are a few things you should consider. First, how similar are they to us? I'm not just talking physiologically, but also how similar are they in their society, their mannerisms, their culture, etc. Are they similar to us as a whole as humanity, or just specific cultures found across the globe? This can also bring the question, is every race doomed to repeat itself? Are they just mimics of other races? Are we pre-programmed from the very beginning? Do we actually have free will? This gives you a great chance to explore many of the common topics found in science fiction, while also helping you determine the starting point for your race and giving you a good basis on which to start creating. Second, why create this race in the first place? Your alien race must bring something unique to the table, so you must examine why they're necessary in the first place. Ask yourself, what separates this from a fantasy race? And also, if I took out all of the aliens in my book and replaced them with humans, what would change? Once you've taken care of those things and gotten past the existential dread of creating an entire race from nothing, now we get to the fun part, getting into the minutia of creating your alien race. While it's important to look at how similar alien races are to us to make them more unique, we can't make them too alien. This might be counterproductive to, creating alien races, but I'll explain. Just as we can't create a new color, go ahead, try it. I'll wait.
Sorry for this intermission.
Okay, so just as we can't create a new color, we also can't conceptualize something truly alien. The festival of Glorknock, where they sacrifice premature babies in an effort to appease the gods, might seem outlandish and barbaric to us, might seem like something that is very weird or awful, but we can conceptualize it, we can think of it, therefore it is not, to the definition, alien. This means that your alien race has to be at least somewhat relatable. They have to have struggles, practices, and cares that we can sympathize with and realistically abhor. I recommend starting small with a single character, rather than trying to create the whole race from once. Create one character, determine their struggles, their goals, their joys, etc. What makes them them, determining their personality. I commonly use the one-for-one method whenever I'm creating a fantasy character or an alien character in this instance. Create one aspect of them that is relatable to humans in general, and then create one aspect that's very, very weird, completely foreign to us. Like, maybe they have a nervous tic that makes them lick their lips. Completely relatable to humans. But also, it's physically impossible for them to tell a lie. Their windpipes constrict in a way that makes it unable to breathe. We can't relate to that. After that, you'll delve deeper into the character's personality. At this point, you will have to ask yourself, are they an outlier in the alien society or the culture they find themselves in, or are they just part of the norm? After you've created a single character, slowly expand outwards. What are the sentiments, goals, feelings, joys, and general mood of their family, or of their social circle, if they have any? It would just be my luck. You're a completely alien character, would be more social than me. Don't just stop there though. Think about their town, their state, their country, the whole world. As you expand outward, the influences, goals, and tone should become more general. Dialogue isn't alternating monologues. It's full of small gestures, interruptions, pauses, and emotions. It has slang, different emphasis, and a whole host of different things that make it come alive. However, in terms of alien races, these may be very different than what we're used to. Start with picking a few relatively human or normal traits found across different societies and cultures to include in your different little tics for dialogue. After that, pick a human trait, reverse it. After that, pick a human trait, twist it a little bit. Continue to edit the things that seem to make us human until it's definitely not human. For instance, most cultures inevitably develop pet names or informal names for each other. I have a few personal favorites myself. Things like boy, or man, or occasionally brother. I also prefer the term boss. I like calling people boss just because it makes people feel really good about themselves, but in my opinion, calling somebody boss acknowledges that they can never be your boss. Can I get the— This is plagiarism! Will we ever see the end? For instance, with one alien race, it may be incredibly disrespectful to move anything other than your eyes and mouth whenever you're conversing with somebody else. Or, if you take a breath while speaking, it can be seen as a slight against somebody's mother.
I hope you win the lottery and die the next day, and your daughter has to see you.
Humanity faces many struggles, though the most important ones depend on who you ask. For some it's climate change, for others it's how many flamethrowers to just give away, or for others it's why is humanity still pestering me? Pick at least 4 primary struggles that pop up whenever you ask people, like, what do you think is wrong with the world for your alien race? How do they conflict with each other? How do they overlap? And what is being done about them? And then, this is very important with sci-fi, how does this affect their relationship with other aliens, including humanity? You may have one alien culture that semi-regularly sacrifices whole swatches of just newborn babies because they believe that they're sending them to a peaceful afterlife where they never have to experience the trials of their war-torn, cold, desert climate. It can be an awful, desolate place, and they think that occasionally killing a handful of lucky babies is the greatest way to send them to a peaceful, joyous afterlife without having to go through any hellish torture. Of course, to everyone else, so especially any atheistic, communities in there, it can be seen as, just killing babies.
I snap the white off your skin, don't need no reasons.
Now we get to the part that a lot of game masters love whenever they're creating campaigns, but many writers on a deadline hate: the culture and history of your alien race. For history, decide how long their history goes back. How new of an alien race are they, and how quickly have they mastered the technology necessary to communicate with others, if they have it all? How was their history recorded? What parts have been lost to history? And how does this influence their mythology? Feel free to base certain events in your alien race off of events in our timeline across cultures. However, I wouldn't recommend doing this very often, and this is coming from somebody who puts his own spin on fairy tales. Believe me, I understand some of the tribulations that can come with trying to create original content. I think many YouTubers can relate to that. While it may be easy to look at any of the challenges you may face while creating original historical events for your alien race as an impasse in your creative channeling, it is actually the way that you're going to create new and better ideas instead of simply twisting somebody else's idea. Which is not saying that that's a bad thing to do. However, if you're going to create the extraterrestrial version of the Crusades, you should probably put a very unique spin on it. When creating their culture, there is one very simple, yet also very important question you must ask yourself. Do they have a homogeneous culture or not? Do they have one single culture as an alien race, or is it diversified like it is here on Earth? And ask yourself, why or why not? If you're struggling with creating, again, an original culture from scratch, it can be a daunting task, believe me. Combine different elements from various different cultures around the globe, both classic and modern. What would alien Buddhist Spartans look like who had a fascination with small-scale sculptures and a hatred for all things circles because they had a fascination with reincarnation and believed that a circle meant that they had all of the opportunities come to an abrupt end? God, I'm just feeling so inspired right now. Maybe I should put all of my Legendland writing on hold and just start writing some sci-fi stuff. Would you guys like that? Would that be good for you? Would you enjoy that? I'm too far into Legendland, I can't stop now.
Oh my god, sis kind, call me all the rest, just me guys killing the attacker rap game.
And now for the extra stuff. This is the part where you get to go nuts. Have fun drawing sketches and emblems, creating languages, and whole timelines for your alien race. A word of caution though, don't do more than 30 minutes to an hour of this per session. Always make sure it leads back to writing and how that can be useful for your story that you're creating. If this seems daunting, well that's because it is. You're creating something from nothing, but as a writer, isn't that what we do? As you create new alien races, you will replicate, tweak, expand, contract, and all of those spicy verbs that are going to end up with you creating many, many masterpieces that I look forward to reading. In the meantime, I'd love for you to share your ideas about alien races, even if they're just vague, fantastic, whimsical things, or alien races you've already created. Go ahead and just post those in the comment below. I'd love to read them. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the video, and liking me on all of my other social media, as well as purchasing Legend Land on all of the usual places, in addition to my website, www.arc-storm.com. If you order off from there, I will personally sign it for you, and I will throw in some ideas for alien races. But then again, you being the telepathic, sentient octopus space monster that you are, you probably already knew that, and humanity has long since crumbled since you're just now getting this 30,000 years in the future. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I'm so glad that you stopped by to visit me in paradise, and I hope you continue to enjoy. Oh God, I can just lay here and just cease to exist in the sunlight. I wonder if this is how reptiles feel. I wonder if anybody watching this knows that dubstep song. Reptile. I can never play Reptile in Mortal Kombat. I just never get his moves right. I get my butt handed to me every time though. Even by Elizabeth.